Right, today we are going to make dumplings. We're going to go the hard way about it as well. We're going to make our own dough. Usually I buy the little gyoza wrappers and things you can buy them in most supermarkets and stuff like that.
Not Irish stew dumplings.
No, these are Asian dim sum dumplings. So we're going to do something like a xiaolong bao, which is like a pork dumpling. And then we'll call it hargao, I think it is, which is like prawn. I'm going to do prawn and pork. And yeah, these are going to be really, really good. The dough is really easy, but it's a bit fiddly. So it's just...
You can just buy it though, can't you, Barry?
You can just buy the wrappers. Yeah, definitely. Especially on a day like today when I had one or too many beverages. So rolling out these is going to be wrong. So we got 400 grams of plain flour. Just all-purpose flour. I've got about a teaspoon of salt, and then I've got boiling water. Alright, it needs to be hot because that's what's going to give it the texture mainly.
Half of it didn't go.
You know, I'm pouring it in parts.
It's dribbling all over the side.
I mind that, it's fine. Chuck. Alright, give it a mix up. I've got about 200 mils. A little bit less maybe because it's going on the side of Sinead's telling me. They're smart that one today.
Always
You
smart.
just bring it together. Alright, when it starts to look like that, it's starting to come together, and now I'm going to work it. You don't want to make it too wet, otherwise it's going to be a nightmare to work. It will be a bit warm because obviously you added boiling water. You might think it's too dry, but go with it. Just keep working it. It starts to come together. And then we're going to turn it out, we're going to give it a knead, and then we leave it to relax. Great idea to do these today.
Grand.
Buy the wrappers, lads. Do this if you want it. It's good. It is good to do.
Yeah, but when you can have a beer later and eat some of these, you'll be happy.
Yeah. You do. You would eat tons of these. As soon as you start doing them, they're brilliant. Right, I'll run you through how to make the mix as well later on. So the fillings, which is just like prawn mince, pork mince, ginger, garlic. It's pretty easy, to be honest. All right, we're gonna leave that rest, and I'll run you through the filling.
How long?
30 minutes. Okay, so this filling for our dumplings. Okay, so I've got minced pork, quite fatty. You want a bit of fat in there. People are avoiding fat these days, but fat is flavour, lads. This is, just minced pork, and this is minced prawn. I've literally just blended them together. Just raw, unpeeled prawn, or raw peeled prawns, I should say. Unpeeled, might be a bit chunky. Right, and then we got some grated garlic. We got some grated ginger, some soy, salt, pepper, and M.S.G.
Barry's favourite thing in the world.
Bloody brilliant. Alright, don't be scared of it. I did a little piece from a fried chicken recipe about kind of M.S.G. and not to be afraid of it, and it's bloody delicious. It makes everything taste good.
And it's natural.
It is. It's derived from seaweed. It's a cool product. Right, so we're just going to season it up. We're going to season the same, pretty much. So white pepper would be better. I don't have any though. Right, nice pinch of pepper. A little bit of salt. You're going to need a little bit of salt because I'm going to add a little bit of soy as well. Nice pinch of M.S.G. It's not salty. It's different. Alright, give that a mix.
It's umami. Sure
is. Alright, we're going to take a little bit of this. This is like the same mix that I did for my prawn on toast. Very similar. Pretty much the same, actually. You know, also what would be nice in here as well would be some spring onions, but they had them in the bloody shop, so we're not having them today.
Gutted.
It's all good. I might do a nice cucumber salad later on. A bit of greenness. Let's splash that. this is your mix ready for your filling. If you want to check it for seasoning, just put a tiny little bit on a plate, stick it in the microwave or cook it in a pan just for 20 seconds or so, just to check the seasoning levels. But other than that, it's good to go.
It smells amazing.
Okay, so we're going to do the rolling of the xiaolongbao and the hargao. So we got our dough, it's been all rested. Okay, it's nice and smooth. So we're going to roll these, we'll just divide it up into kind of tiny little balls. Okay, so what you're going to do is just split it in half, roll this out. This is going to make quite a few dumplings. You can either do big ones, I like to do smaller kind of dumplings. Bite-sized ones. Alright, so then you want to do pieces like this. Watching a video, someone said to turn it every time you roll it, or every time you cut it, you get more uniform. I don't know, is it true? But I look kind of interested. Okay, you want that kind of size for your dumplings. Okay, so also with the filling, right, we have the prawn one, or sorry, the pork one, the prawn one, and then also for the pork ones, I got this. Okay, it's a reduced chicken stock that I've seasoned up with like garlic, ginger. I'll put everything up of what I put in there. You can only do this with a proper chicken stock. Usually, traditionally, for the Chinese xiaolongbao, they use like pork skin, which they'll make like a stock with pork skin, and that makes it really gelatinous. So what you want to do, because a xiaolongbao is a soup dumpling, so it's got the pork mince inside it, but it's also got a little bit of this stock at the bottom, so you usually burn your face off. It's quite good. But you put a little bit of this in with the pork. You can mix it together, like you can do it like that, but I'm going to do it separately. So your stock and your pork, and then that goes into the dumpling. When you cook it, you get it all turns into liquid, and you have the nice stock soup in the middle of it. So what we're going to do is we have our pieces divided up. Alright, you just take a piece and we're going to roll it. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to roll, turn, turn it, roll it, turn it, roll it, until you get a nice circle. This is like my first time doing this like this. It takes a bit of practice. It doesn't have to be perfectly round. I'm saying that because I'm not going to make it perfectly round.
Yeah, see.
That's fine. Alright, so here we go. Okay, and that's your pork dumpling. So it'll take a few goes to get it out. That's my second go. Alright, for the pork, we're just going to do the exact same with the prawn as well. We'll do the exact same way, same shape. You can do some different shapes if you like, but I'm just going to keep them all the same.
But without the stock for the prawn?
Without the stock for the prawn. The prawn is just pure prawn. These will be a bit easier because it's dry. It's harder with the stock because it's too liquid. So pinch. Alright, these are going to take probably about 5 to 6 minutes to cook, steamed. You can also like steam them and then pan fry the bottom as well. Is sometimes good.
For some texture.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So to steam these dumplings, I've just got a pan with like a perforated baking tray actually underneath, and you're going to steam these for about 6 minutes each, depending on the size of them. If they're thicker, they might take a bit longer. About 5 to 6 minutes usually does them.